Welcome, Cancer, to your Astrodice reading for May. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you in the small horoscope for May. The best messages for Cancer. Oh, Cancerians. Best message for Cancerians, please. Ooh, getting straight into Mercury. Cancer, in your own energy, nice, with the fourth house, talking about that home, talking about that roots, home life, married life, whatever it is. Okay, so going straight into what is it? It is Mercury. It is talking about that communication, the way you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. So some of you might be traveling, talking about traveling, thinking about traveling, communicating about traveling with a loved one. Since we're talking about the fourth house, it sounds like a lot of you might be traveling with family members. Could be. Going Cancerian style. We're talking about that ultimate love, and there's that family again. Cancerians in their family life, loving their family. This energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving, and it may concern family, a mother, and a child, going straight into that fourth house of that family and that roots. Wow, how lovely. So I think it's talking about some kind of, the way we're talking to each other, the way we're communicating, maybe the way we're traveling towards each other through communication, or literally talking about going out traveling. Wow. Beautiful. Take it how it resonates, my friends. But let's see what's going on. Okay, getting straight into the situation. This month, the situation is the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. Wow, look at that. Loyalties. Having the loyalties to your family, to the communication. Wow, coming right underneath the Mercury is the loyalties. The loyalties of the overall, right? Proposals. Knight of Cups. Talking about those proposals. Talking about the way that we're traveling towards each other, the way we're talking, the way we're concerned about one another. Wow. Loyal to the commitments of communication because of love. Guys, there's so much love over here. This is a very loving month for you. Beginning of the month. So you're talking to your loved ones and you're making these proposals. I think a lot of you are getting ready to travel or wanting to travel. But you're definitely communicating about these proposals. It might even be a new love coming in for some of you. Some of you might have children and, you found this new love and they love your children and they're doing very loyal to your kids. We have young one over here with the Page of Wands being loyal to your children through the new commitments. Wow. How awesome is this? You have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. Had a lot of Wheel of Fortunes this year, right? Year of change. This is bringing in some really good fortunes and good change over here. It could literally be the way you're communicating with your child as well. Just this loving advice that you have for maybe a teenager. Three of Swords. It looks like you're trying to get through some pains that may have happened. That is still kind of in your memories. But you're staying loyal to the situation. There is still some upsetness going on in the the beginning of the month from, I believe, last month. Some swords may have been exchanged and you are still working through that, but you're trying to move past that with these new proposals, these new ideas through love, since we have Cups over here. And it could be a Gemini that you're upset with. Yeah, it's because of the memories. You're trying to get past the memories and just get back to the love, the way that things are. So kind of dealing with that at the beginning of the month, but you're really trying to move past it. And it can be children too. Maybe you're upset with your children and you're really trying to move past that this month. Maybe your teenager's been kind of stubborn. But it feels like you're trying to stay loyal to them as much as possible. Or whoever it is, right? And really traveling towards them. And it really does feel like, you know, hey, I love you, I care about you, and I'm going to try to put this beside, you know, they're going to try to put this aside. I don't want to think about this anymore. In the mid-month, you have the Hermit, you have the Justice, and you have the 10 of Cups coming up. So it looks like everything's going to be fine. It's like you reflected on how to get past this. It looks like everything's been justified and balanced. It looks like the household, the house is balanced now. So maybe you were having a upsetness with someone in the house over the children. Maybe you and your loved one were trying to figure out what to do with the teenager or with the children, or you know what I mean? It's going to be different for everybody. But however it is, the good news is that by mid-month, everything is going to be fine, and you have the 10 of Cups within your 4th house. You're going to have the overwhelming love. Everything is going to be fine. There was a lot of reflection that had to be done to get past this. A lot of sensitivities, a lot of communication. The reflections with the communication is the way you were talking to one another, the way you were responding to one another, and really getting out the concerns that were justified. They were fair and they're balanced enough to get your household back to normal. Okay. Sorry, it sounds like I'm talking in the past. It's actually the future, but it's just the way I see things. Unfortunately, a lot of times I see it as already happening, right? But it is the future. With the star over here, it's because it's showing that there is enough love, there's enough hope, there is enough goals to be set within this home and this family and this love to continue to go through. And once it becomes justified and once it becomes balanced, you're going to have this swift movement going. It's going to really travel in the place of the 10 of Cups. It's really going to go back to where it needs to be. And everything is going to feel like magic again. Wow, I love that. Look at that. Everything is going to feel like magic. Like here's your house and your children and your dog and all the things that you love in your 4th house. And it's just your 4th house is going to feel like magic again. It's going to feel like you wanted it to feel. And maybe that's what you're reflecting over here. Like, I want the love, and I remember when we just were all in love and we weren't having arguments. I just want the love back. I just want it to be normal again. And it really feels like this is exactly what's happening in the mid-month. It's just traveling right back to where you want it to be. So going to... no more arguing, no more fighting, no more 3 of Swords. I just remember when it was a time of peace, right? So at the end of the month, it's like, can it stay? It's like, oh, please let it stay. There's strength going on within the communication. You guys are communicating so much more, and you're thinking more on a strong note, talking more on a strong note, communicating on a strong note. 7 of Swords and the Temperance. But they're, what in the, come on. You guys have some kind of fire sign around you. It looks like, because look, it starts with the Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, and it ends with the Sagittarius upside down. You guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Cancer, who wants to start it all over again. Could literally be a teenager for a lot of you. Doesn't have to be. It could be anybody. You know who it is, right? Because it seems like here they go again. But then again, it's like it starts strong again, and the communication is strong, you know, with the fire sign, and everything's going fine, and the strength is coming. And then it almost feels like, it's almost like they're kind of backing off though again. Why are they backing off at the end? It's like right when it starts getting strong, right when it starts getting healthy, here they go again. That's why it feels kind of like teenager energy. It doesn't have to be. It could just be a very immature person around you. But then it's the, you know, it's having the new plans, but it just feels like, okay, so you're talking and you have strengths about the new plans. Wish is about to be fulfilled. Having the hope, having the confidence, everything's going great, but then all of a sudden the Temperance wants to be upside down. It's like, but it's not the perfect timing for this because they said so. What? What the haze does that mean? Right? So then you have to say, okay, so what did they do now? Conflict of interest. You have all these plans. You have the strength. You guys are all talking about it, but then all of a sudden they have a conflict in interest of where the plans are going. And they have the lack of patience to wait. So they could just be wanting to get things started too fast. So you have all these plans and you're working everything out and everything's going great. Everything feels harmonious. And then all of a sudden they want to start a little bit of discord because they're impatient to wait for the magician, for the law and the attraction, for the wheel of, you know what I mean? For all the things to actually start coming together. So then they get impatient, they cause a little discord. It almost just feels like you guys, like, they have a plan, they don't like your plan, they want their own plan. Well, you know, fine. Or you built a plan. I think they're trying to change, like you guys are talking about a plan, but I think they're trying to change the plan to make it happen faster than it's supposed to. So it kind of feels like you're on the same page. I see the same page. I just see that they're impatient to do so. So you're saying, I think, this would be like you, right? You're like, I think by November we can totally get this done. And they're like, no, I think we can do it like tomorrow. And then it causes frustration. It causes discord. And you're like, what? Now what? It's like, is this how it happened last time, right? So you have the strength. So you feel like everything's moving great. You're having a great time together. You might be going out, doing things together, having dates, movie nights, doing whatever it is, game night with the children, the family, feeling the love, having the communication. Everything's beautiful, harmonious, and joyful. Seven of Swords. Hey, we got new plans. Everything's fine. Look, we're even compromising on the plan. We're not fighting about it. We're compromising. Then all of a sudden you have, yeah, the Temperance. They're not in control. That's it. There you got a control freak. They're not in control. They feel like they're not 100% in control of the situation. So you might have somebody who's a little narcissistic or something around you, because if they don't get it done when they want to, they just don't like the way you're planning it. So they're going to cause the frustration about the timing they want, because they want the ball to be in their court. Then it makes you wonder if this is just going to do it all over again. And it's funny because it starts here and then it ends here. And once again, fire, 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 fire. So in all corners, almost all corners, except for here, you got Gemini. Maybe they're Gemini rising. Who knows, right? Or maybe it is a Gemini. Or they just have a lot of fire in their chart. But I'm telling you, almost all three corners, let's just put it that way, has fire. This is manipulating a situation with the Emperor upside down. They're manipulating a situation because they want it to be at the time that they want it. So everything can go fine, but as soon as they don't get what they want, even though you came to a compromise, they're trying to change the compromise for the way they want it to be. And that's towards the very end of the month. So it looks like everything goes fine. Everything's fine. But then they try to manipulate the situation again. And I think that's what happened over here. I think it's a manipulation situation with you, Cancer. Okay, so you're really trying to put the love, you're trying to take care of all of this. And it just feels like as soon as it goes your way, they're trying to take the ball and hold on to it without giving it to the whole family. They just want to, they're control freaks. Take it how it resonates. And if it's, like I said, if it's a teenager, it could be an adult with a teenager mentality. I don't know. But if it's a teenager, it's just because they wanted to do it their way and they're stomping up and down, wanting it whenever, even though that's not what you guys said, right? So take it how it resonates. Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.